guys, welcome to episode 5 of EoC. In this episode, I'm going to skip the goals and go straight on to the progress that I've made because it's been so long since I've played EoC and made an EoC video. So yeah, let's get into the video. One of the things that helped get me back into playing EoC was the fact that we began doing a lot of nexing. As you can see here, this is a 16 mil split from a Virtus book duo me and RS Swaney got, and then right here this was a 4-man Virtus wand split, and that was 22 mil. And so as you can see, I'm making lots of money from Nex. I was tanking most of the time, and then finally the last loot I have is 8 mil split from Pernix Chaps. Now I did get a lot more splits than this. I've gotten 2 16 mil Torva glove splits, like 1 or 2 more Pernix Chaps, Pernix gloves, all kinds of other stuff. But I was too lazy to record all of them because I'm kind of a noob. But I did make enough money to get full Virtus, and I later sold this to get dual Drygors. I got the Rapier and the Mace because that is currently the cheapest combination at the moment, thanks to some money loaning from my trusty friends. I have the main hand Rapier paid off. I just still owe my other friend 10 mil. But once I get that money, I have full Drygor, and I can now tank and attack at Nex because I still have Gano and stuff. So Nex is definitely like, that's how we make our money, as you can see from this kill here. So we're gonna not stop nexing for a long time, lots of nexing, because it's such good money and it's so much fun, and we just really enjoy it. So at the next episodes, I'll have lots more Nex loots. I'm going to start recording more than what I'm doing now, and hopefully I'll be making a Nex guide soon. But other than that, this is the money that I have now. After playing 07scape, I came back to EoC and decided I wanted to turn my focus on questing, and I'm kind of enjoying it right now. The first quest I did was Lunar Diplomacy. As you can see here, the boss fight's like the easiest thing ever. It's kind of ridiculous. That's the one thing I don't like about EoC, is how easy the boss fights are on the quests. You don't even worry about them anymore. You just kind of casually bring whatever looks good to wear and it works. So I completed Lunar Diplomacy. That unlocks Lunar Spellbook, and it's required for a lot of quests later. And then I decided I wanted to do a Grandmaster quest, which would be the Void Stairs Back. And I have not completed that yet, but I have achieved all the requirements for it except for a Void Dance, which I'll be doing sometime this week, and it'll be ready for the next episode. I had to get 70 crafting, and at the time of doing this, 52 crafting was my lowest skill, so it's kind of nice because that's not my lowest skill anymore. And I did it starting out, as you could see, by making Quaifs. Quaifs, that's such a bad name. At the Grand Exchange, just using leather. Then I realized that's terrible, so when I got water battle stabs unlocked, I made them. Now the great thing about water battle stabs is they're like -3 GP per XP, and they're 200k XP an hour, so they're really good to make. You do have to buy the battle staffs off other players because you can only buy 100 per hour, or per 4 hours on the Grand Exchange. So it's definitely worth buying them from other players, and they sell them more than the Grand Exchange does. But at the end of the day, it's still really cheap and a really good way to train crafting. And I kind of enjoyed it because the sound effect that it made was not bad. It's kind of weird. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed training crafting, which is really weird. Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. But this raised my total level up a ton, which actually matters to me because I'm like 1950 right now, and 50 more levels, and I can use the 2,000 total worlds because I'm like the only one out of my friends who can't because I'm a noob and I'm terrible. So this definitely helps. I did most of my skilling at Catherby. As you can see, I'm wearing full Virtus. I look amazing. There's nothing better than skilling in full full Nex armor of some sort. I just wish it wasn't Virtus, because Virtus is like 60 mil for the set. Yeah, it's 80, whatever. So, this did take quite a few hours to complete, but like I said before, not bad at all. I don't know if I'll be training crafting again for a while until I do Ritual of the Majorot, which requires 77, and I'll probably be doing like blue or red dragon hides for that, probably not water battle staffs, because by the time I get that done, I plan to have some pretty good money. But as you can see here, coming up on the finishing levels, here's 69 T heat, no, okay, immature pieces of crap, and here's 70. And that was the first skill that I was able to complete for the Void Stairs back, but I still had to do fire making and construction. So by far the worst of the skills that I had to get for the Void Stairs back was construction. I had to go from 61 to 70, and while this only cost me about 4 mil, and it was pretty fast because construction's a pretty fast skill, I absolutely hated it because you gotta click like every second. It's like the least relaxing skill there is to do. But like I said, it didn't take long. I was building oak larders. I probably could have built like mahogany tables because that would have cost me about 7 mil or so. But in looking back, it might have been a lot less painful to do that because it's so much faster. I would have gotten this done quicker. But in the end, it was a pretty fast skill, and it's definitely nice to do it while staring at your full Virtus. Skilling is a lot more fun when you've got Virtus. So yeah, here's 68, and then I decided to do fire making last, just because it's so much more relaxing than construction. Here's 69 T again. Yeah, so finally couldn't have come at a better time. 70 construction, and I'm done with construction for a long time. So lastly, I had to get 71 fire making to wrap up all of the skill requirements for the Void Stairs back, and this was a great relief compared to construction. It was so much better. Wasn't quite as fast, but it was much more relaxing. It was actually the slowest of the 3 skills, which is pretty shocking. But doing bonfiring on World 100, as you can see at Shantae Pass and Lumbridge Cellar and even Castle Wars, it's pretty good XP and it's pretty easy. But for this I had to go to 71 fire making, but that was not a big deal at all. I've had these logs banked for a long time, so it was nice to finally get them. And as you can see here at the end, I went to U logs because I wanted to get it done with. And here's 71 fire making, so I now have all the requirements for the Void Stairs back. I'll be completing that quest in the next episode, and that wraps up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in episode 6.